Is jellyfish smarter or dumber than a goldfish? True facts. How Jellyfish Hunt by Z Frank. That's what we're watching. I don't even know what jellyfish eat, to be honest. Do you guys know what jellyfish eat?
This episode sponsored by Imprint. When the life of a jellyfish begins, it's not long before the sea monkeys start getting nervous. Fertilized egg, a few rounds of
No, jellyfish don't eat fish. Do they? Do jellyfish eat fish? Are jellyfish big enough to eat fish?
cell division, and they can already start moving around. Find a nice spot to settle and grow into a gelatinous tree with arms that seem to be flipping the world off in every direction. And they can get away with that too, because they're armed. Get it? Because at just a couple weeks old, the polyps of jellyfish and other members of the cnidarian gang, like anemones and coral, have the ability to sting. Now, if you had sea monkeys growing up, this might be a tough episode for...
Oh my god, they're eating fish! Some jellyfish are huge. Yeah, look at this one. I don't know. I thought because jellyfish were transparent that maybe they just ate like algae or something like that. I don't know. I haven't thought about the digestive system of jellyfish ever. How often do you guys think of the digestion system of jellyfish?
For you. If you look a little closer at those tentacles, you can see they can fire off what sometimes looks like weaponized pubic hair. These structures, nematocysts, aren't really designed to just shoot off willy-nilly into the water like this. Normally, they go off on contact. They have these little trigger hairs that, if touched, cause water.
Why does that look weird? Why does that look so weird? Like, it's like a diva cup, but the diva cup is a jellyfish. Multi-purpose? You think of a jellyfish digestive system roughly once a month? Also, what is this dot? Is this the mitochondria? The powerhouse of the cell?
Water to rush into the cell, and this creates an incredible amount of pressure. 150 atmospheres or over 2,000 psi. Phew.
Oh.
Now see all that stuff that's curled up inside? Well, it's like an innie belly button on steroids.
Oh.
All that pressure forces this inverted tube to rapidly turn itself right side out. It's like if you threw up so hard your esophagus came out. This first bit here is designed to pierce whatever touched it. And that allows the skinny part of the tube to unfurl inside the victim. And the whole thing has barbs all over it, and there's venom on it.
What? This doesn't seem right. This doesn't seem right. What? This feels wrong, guys. I don't like that. What?
Looks like the devil's dental floss. In any case, it makes these polyps great at catching sea monkeys and digesting what they...
They like invert their vagina. They just go pop it out, and it turns out inside there's like a freaking barbed wire. What?
They can, and discarding their carcasses like peanut shells on the floor of a ground round. Rest in peace. Delicious. Mwah. But listen, it's got to eat, because this jellyfish baby is actually a jellyfish babies. It goes through a transformation where it becomes a sort of ribbed-for-pleasure version of itself. What's actually going on here is that it's creating a clone army.
Wait, jellyfish can clone themselves? I mean, that's valid. If you're writing, you're thinking about a lot of things. I don't know. My thoughts are very basic. My thoughts are like, what am I going to have for dinner tonight?
Stack of genetically identical jellyfish saucer babies. And one by one, those get sent off into the world. Look at that. It looks like the stack is waving goodbye to itself. Now, these look like cute little snowflakes ringed with, well, sort of looks like camel toes. I mean, I don't mean, well, anyway, they're cute. And you can start to see the jellyfish in them.
It's so fascinating. Why do they clone themselves? Why? Why not just like birth? Why do they clone themselves? Like what biological purpose does this like benefit versus like just giving birth?
Tentacles start to sprout along the outside, and the bell shape of their body starts to form, gently pulsating, as if it were the fringe of a skirt on a ballerina. Of death. Look at this little toddler, for example. The red one. Adorable, right? No, he's a biter. Every kindergarten has one. You'll see. That tube hanging down in the middle there is its mouth/anus, or anus/...
Mouth/anus?
...mouth. Either way, it's a classic chicken and the egg sort of thing, except, you know, a mouth and an anus. And poor little Timmy there's not going to be on the bus for drop-off, I'll tell you that much. You'll notice at this stage they can be a little twitchy. I mean, they do have to practice their swimming. And you might think that after 500,000 or so full-body crunches, they'd be ripped by the time they were grown. But no, they keep their Renaissance figure as they get their bell on and grow out.
Look how pretty this is. I love the color, but all those little hair, the stingy pubes, I never really thought much about them, but they're very pretty. Why? And you know what? They seem to survive very long, so maybe they're just better than us.
Out those tenties? I mean, to be honest, they don't have that much muscle to work with in the first place. It's less than 1% of their body mass compared
I love this color. It's so pretty.
to the 50% for most fish, but in terms of the energy used to swim, fish are just efficient. Jellyfish are jelly efficient. It's terrible. They move through the interplay of two types of muscles. One type goes roundsies and the other sort goes upsy-downsies. You can see the two types very well on this one. Looks like a macrame project on an acid trip. When a jelly like this wants to move, those muscles work together to contract the bell and squirt water out the back.
That's so cool. I know. Z Frank's puns are the best.
And to open back up, all they got to do is relax. And that's because its body acts like a spring that wants to return to its original shape. But this isn't just some flapping about. It's quite a precise movement that generates propulsion by farting out water donuts. The science hippies call them vortex rings. How lame is that? So these are rings of swirling water. And the way they swirl causes water to shoot down through the center. And if you see any water moving down, you know there's an equal force pushing up on the jelly. It's like looking at complicated footprints. Now, to create the best swirlies, they need their bodies to be just the right stiffness. Not so stiff that it's hard to squeeze, but stiff enough so that it retakes its shape quickly.
The correct firmness. It can't be too soft. It can't be too hard. It's so that they can properly propel themselves. Interesting.
But not too quickly. Think Goldilocks, but with a stiffy. Or don't. To turn, they can do a little flippy wave thing around the edge of their bell. You can see it changes the water flow and causes them to rotate. But maybe the neatest part of this motion isn't the squeezing, it's in that relaxing phase. You notice that water rushes in as
It's almost like our lungs. They kind of move the way our lungs breathe.
the bell expands. And this pushes the jelly forward, in a sense recapturing some of the energy it spent on flexing. But this is a 2-for-1 because that water is also bringing food right to its mouth/anus. It's either a stream of snacks or a bidet. Win-win. And that's why you see so many jellyfish flapping around all the time.
1 second, chat. Jellyfish are endless eaters and poopers. I mean, aren't we all? Okay, guys, tell me, aren't you just an endless eater and pooper? Don't you just eat to poop and poop to eat? Aren't we just constantly in the cycle of eating and pooping and pooping and eating? Aren't we just jellyfish?
They're not lost. Oh, they're eating. Jerry, that's a plastic bag. All right, honest mistake. You know what I get? I get jellyfish brain.
You're not wrong.
That's what I'm saying.
This is what happens when you scroll through that mindless ocean of timelines on your phone. It sort of feels like how this looks. Now, Imprint gives you a better way to use that time. It's a fun and, quite frankly, beautiful way to learn.
Oh my god, I got so confused. I'm like, the ad. Well, I'm like, what are we looking at? This has nothing to do with jellyfish. There is an ad. That's what it is. I was just like, what has this to do with jellyfish? I'm like, wait a minute. Is this trying to keep me organized? I like apps that keep me organized. I fill them out and then I never remember. I never remember to check the meaning of life, to eat to poop and poop to eat. Yes, Radical Goose. You can put that on a t-shirt. That's a rock fact.
That's highly visual, bite-sized, and interactive. And it even makes sure that your brain holds on to what it's learning. No more jellyfish brain. I mean, there's a ton of things to
But what if I like my jellyfish brain?
choose from. Leadership, finance, philosophy, history. And look at this, interpersonal dynamics, the psychology of human relationships. We can all use a bit of polish on that subject nowadays. And that's one of many multi-day
I
courses you
peck
can
at your
take.
jellyfish brain.
Don't peck at my jellyfish brain. I just go bloop.
You can go at your own pace, but if you just put in 5 minutes a day, you can get through a whole course in 2 weeks. And this is what Imprint is great at, helping you build up a habit around learning using the science of learning. There's a reason Imprint was Google's App of the Year and named Essential
Wait, we're supposed to believe that Google knows best?
Education App by Apple. If you want to support this channel and be introduced to an excellent learning experience, you should check it out. Click on the link in the description or go to imprintapp.com/zayfrank. You'll get a 7-day free trial, and if you love it,
We don't judge. Z-Frank got to make his money one way or another. We don't judge content creators for the ads. We just judge the ads themselves.
you will, a 20% off annual membership. Get Imprint and make the most of your screen time. And don't get jellyfish brain.
But again, why are we insulting the poor jellyfish? What have they ever done to not deserve to be insulted like that? And also, on a scale of jellyfish brain, is jellyfish smarter or dumber than a goldfish?
Where were we? Oh, right.
Pretty.
One sort of jellyfish got tired of all this swimming around. The subtle but genius innovation of the upside-down jellyfish was to turn upside down. And after that, it was off to the races. From that...
It's supposed to look like coral. Oh, it's supposed to look like coral. You know what, Rocket? Just have a shower with your dishes.
After that, it was off to the races. From that position, they've figured out a different way of creating those water flows to bring particles to its mouth. But you probably noticed there's a whole bunch of other crap surrounding that mouth. That whole floppy cauliflower situation, those are called oral arms. It's a good title for a war-themed pornography film, tell you what. Lots of jellyfish have them. They're not tentacles. These skinny bits here, they're the tentacles. The frilly ones are the oral arms.
Interesting. The frilly bits are not tentacles, but also the frilly bits are so pretty. Just imagine like a jellyfish dress. Oh, so pretty.
While we're pointing things out, I should mention that these here are gonads.
Gonads?
Jellies don't give a f***. Not gonna try and hide the gonads. No, they're gonna accessorize with them. Wear them like a brooch for everyone to see. You could learn.
There's some pretty gonads, guys. I think jellyfish might have the prettiest gonads in the animal kingdom.
A lot from a jellyfish. Well, not that. I don't recommend that. Last thing I need is to get a call from your mom because you stapled your gonads to your lapel like it's my fault. It's bullshit. Anyway.
By the way, for those who don't know, the word gonads is not just a name for balls. It's also a name for a female genitalia. So they could be, gonads is a generalized term. It's not just balls.
The oral arms help capture and transfer food back to the mouth. From there, the bits go into a stomach situation and then into a network of tubes. And the tubes let all the parts get the nutrients, and then it's back out again through the anus/mouth. There are exceptions. Some have many.
It's a full circle. They have a full circle digestive system. In one way, through the whole entire jellyfish, out the same way they went in. Ugh, I hate this.
Mouths and many anuses, like they were designed by AI with an NSFW prompt, but generally jellies follow the classic, dare I say, timeless mouth/anus, often with oral arms paradigm. Simple enough. Anywho, the oral arms of the upside-down jelly are special in a couple of ways. One is that they incorporate photosynthetic algae into their tissue and then eat some of the food that the algae makes from light. The other is grenades.
That's so smart and efficient. They have like the plant that just absorbs this vitamin D and photosynthesizes, and so they just eat the photosynthesized. See, guys, human evolution will become so much better if we get to a point where we can photosynthesize. We might be a little green, but if we can photosynthesize, we will be peak humans.
Oral arms are often equipped with stinging cells. That's what the little white dots are. But the upside-down jellyfishes go beyond. They release a mucus that contains what are called caseosomes, or Satan's popcorn.
It's not
These
so
caseosomes
easy
have
being
It's not so easy being green. Wait, Satan's popcorn?
cilia on them, and they can move on their own. But their surface is also jam-packed with those stinging nematocysts. And if a sea monkey has the gumption to rub shoulders with one, it's all over. Jerry, there's a pube on the slide again. But it's not mine. Look what happens when you add a whole bunch of sea monkeys to a swimming pool full of upside-down jellyfish mucus. And at first it seems fine, but just 1 minute later it looks like...
They're
well,
stuck!
they're just like the sea monkeys I kept as a child.
Guys, did you have sea monkeys as a pet as a kid? I always wanted them, but I could never afford them.
Mommy, they're sleeping. I mean, it's no wonder that some crabs wear these things as hats. I mean, it's stylish, and no one's gonna mess with your head if it's covered with ouch-flavored Pop Rocks. But
So smart. Look at this crab. This crab has a top-tier brain.
crabs aren't the only animal known to associate with jellyfish. Juvenile jackfish, for example, will sometimes swim around with a jellyfish in its mouth.
Interesting. Just hanging out with a jelly in its mouth.
I don't really know how it avoids the sting. I asked one, and it said, I'm sorry. Anyway, as they get older, it gets awkward. It's like that man who had a relationship with a volleyball in that beach movie.
He keeps trying to take in the mouth.
Passed away. Oh, and to whoever it is that names the fish,
Passed away.
there's that fish whose actual scientific name is Boops Boops. But you should have saved that name for this one. Makes some sense for once. Anyway, there's over 100 species of fish that associate with jellyfish.
Oh!
Come on, you swim behind one of these things for a while. Tell me you wouldn't want to take a turn inside. That's what this one did. You get to use them for protection and maybe have a nibble once in a while. Because for
Oh my god, that is so cute!
some fish, the jellies are sort of like a gingerbread house, surrounded by a thicket of stinging nettles. I mean, it doesn't always go so well. You know, mess with your balls, you get horny. Jerry, it's mess with
Hey,
the balls,
Cammy,
you get the
what side of the turkey has the most feathers? The outside.
Oh my god. You sure it's not the inside? It's not the inside? This is the Frank! Yes, it is! This poor fish is about to get eaten, and it's gonna be sad. The ocean is very scary out there, guys. Stay away from the ocean. It is out there to kill you.
Tish.
Ba-dum-tish.
horns. Yes, I'm sure. Anyway, you can see that at least some jellies have a taste for sushi. The box jellyfish, for example, seems to actively hunt for fish. Using vision, I know it sounds like a stretch, but many jellyfish have these structures called ropalia on the margins of their bell. The moon jelly, for example, has 8 of them, and each ropalium contained 2 simple eyes. It looks a bit, you know, let's just say it puts the eye in...
Oh, that looks familiar. That looks familiar.
vagina, so to speak. Subtle. Now, box jellyfish in the genus Trepidalium have 4 ropalia. Each one is on the end of a little stalk and contains 6 eyes. 4 of them are simple things, but 2 of them are...
This is an educational video, chat. It's an educational video. Of course he was going to say it.
proper image-forming eyes. I mean, they look like real eyes. Each one of these little eye clusters has a crystal in it, and this crystal acts like a weight, so no
What? Why does it have so many eyes?
matter what direction the jelly is turned, one eye is facing up. And
Why?
that's because they live in these water channels that go through mangroves. And they seem to be able to navigate to better hunting grounds by looking up at the canopy where it can detect changes in the lighting. It's
Oh, interesting. I'm feeling highly educated, aren't ya? Aren't ya? I am feeling highly educated as well.
sort of like if Street View looked like this. Now, the box jellyfish is called a box jellyfish because it vaguely resembles a box.
It's
and
cute.
that's great. Call them what they look like. But be consistent. Like this one's not called a bag of dicks jellyfish. Should be.
A bag of dicks jellyfish? It kind of does. It kind of does.
You could call this one shrinkage and be done with it. But don't let the looks fool you. Here's a skeleton shrimp about to make that mistake. It's a real killer, this Lucernaria quadricornis. More like zombie dildo with pom-poms of death. Or what the Hogwarts sorting hat looks like when it's naked.
Ah!
You know what this one looks like? It looks like a French beret trying to steal some bok choy. It's the kite your dentist brings to the park. It's like if a hand reached up out of a clogged toilet.
That's what I'm saying! That is a head!
A camping tent looks like when you let the kids set it up. It's an off-brand diva cup. If Cupid's bow was an automatic.
Wait, but that also, the second one also looks like a diva cup!
The walk of shame after a ball gown had a fun night out with a paper shredder. It's a commemorative Stonehenge hat. Or a spiked brero. A rogue placenta. If an acorn were a root vegetable. Or it's a gummy bear. If they were all shaped like butt plugs. When your ball stretchers go up to 11.
Don't be putting jellyfishes into your butt, guys. Just don't. Just don't put the jellyfishes up there. They don't have a flared base. Don't be putting anything without a flared base up there. You gotta protect yourself from things getting stuck, because the last thing you want to do is be the person that has to go to the hospital and have to get something removed. That's like the most embarrassing thing. I think I would die of shame.